Hey guys, back again with another video, another poor quality video. Yeah, this is going to be a response to Pete Snestastic's most recent video. I think most recent video, the Time for a Change video. I said in the comments on Pete's video that I'd do a response. Yeah, pretty much I'm just doing the same thing. It's something that I've been thinking about for a while actually. Just up until now I haven't had the drive, the motivation to actually do it. So I just need to, get in gear and go through everything, which I've been through. I've been through most of the stuff which I own, just to seriously sit down, look at it, think about it, and reach the conclusion. Because I've got a stupid amount of stuff in such a short amount of time as well. Now started collecting, sort of, early 2000s, I think. Around about then, but the collection then was completely different to what it is now. Back then I was mainly focusing on the Japanese Sega Saturn, which I had possibly, without bragging, possibly the best collection I'd ever seen before. Pretty much a full set of Japanese Sega Saturn games. Every single one of the rarities, all boxed, all in beautiful condition. And I enjoyed playing on it. But for one reason or other, it had to go. So it all got sold, along with my WWF WrestleFest arcade cabinet, which I'm still a little bit gutted about. But sometimes you can't help it. So there's no point in regretting it. It had to happen. But then, just after that, I started collecting for the PAL Megadrive. Also had a mixture of Japanese and Genesis stuff as well. Again, built up a massive collection. Not as big as Stu's Ninja Bear Hugs, obviously, but I did have quite a lot. I had quite a lot of the rarities. I think the only rarity, or the only two rarities I didn't have for that Mega Drive collection was that stupid Celtics Lakers thing, whatever it is, and also Mega Man. I think they're the only two I didn't have. And for some reason, I don't know if I got bored of it, but I started to sell the Mega Drive collection, and I don't know why to this day. I don't know why. And that is something I do regret, because the Mega Drive's my favourite system. So I don't know why I did that. Stupid. And then after that, I didn't really collect anything retro. I didn't have a whole lot of stuff, to be honest. And then 2009-ish, I started collecting for the Xbox 360. For some reason, again, I don't know why really. A lot of the games were just cheap, I think. So yeah, I built up a rather large Xbox 360 collection, which must have come up to around about 400 games. Mentalness. Most of which I had no intentions of playing. I played for 5 minutes, didn't like, or I just didn't bother. So I decided to sell them, and I felt good at the time. I didn't feel like I was going to regret anything. There is a few games which I did have, actually, with that 360 collection that I kind of wish I still had now, but I'm not pining for them. I've not been looking to get them back, so I'm pretty much okay with that. Well, yeah, I mean, with that whole Xbox 360 clear out, I did manage to pick up the NeoGeo AES and the Super Famicom, a few other bits and pieces, so that was good. And yeah, but now when I look at the stuff I've got, it's ridiculous. And as what Pete says in his video, a lot of it can come down to YouTube. If I see somebody with a collection video, or they're constantly doing pickup videos for a certain system, it's sort of you know, sucks you in a little bit. That's happened with a few systems. Mainly stuff like the Master System, and a few others. The Xbox as well, because the original Xbox, I did start to pick up some games for that. 2010, late part of 2010, very late part of 2010. I just got the urge to pick up some of the early stuff from Sega, like the games which would have been released on the Dreamcast, like House of the 3, Crazy Taxi 3, Panzer Dragoon Auto, Outrun 2, you know, stuff like that, which is what I wanted to pick up, as well as a couple of the fighters, and a few others, you know, that interest me, like Road Trooper and things like that. So I got all those in an incredibly short amount of time. All those games I wanted, I must have got in 2 weeks, if that. But then I started to widen my search for more games. Got all them again in no time. And I did promise myself I wasn't going to pick up crap, either crap or just, you know, the usual standard stuff that you see every day. I promised myself I wasn't going to. But obviously would have been back in 2011, I think, when GameStation were clearing out all their retro and last gen stuff for 50p. The amount of Xbox games I got there was crazy, and I was picking up stuff which I knew I was never going to play. And before I knew it, I'd amassed this huge collection of Xbox games, and then the thought of going for a full set or semi-full set did come into my mind. But then, yeah, I didn't want to do that. I'd reached my limit with the Xbox. I think the current count for my original Xbox games now is 512. 512 games. And I can honestly say, out of all those, I'm going to say less than 50 have been played. Seriously. Maybe a couple of others have popped in for a little tiny amount of time. But the amount of games which I've put in and put, you know, at least an hour into, definitely, it's got to be less than 50. Definitely less than 60. Which is wrong. That's not what it's about. So yeah, so that's sort of spurred me on a little bit with the Xbox. I mean, I adore the Xbox, just as Pete does. Absolutely adore the system. Lots of great memories with it. Not as many great memories as with the GameCube. So the Xbox is definitely the king of the last gen stuff. But for me, just on memories, nostalgia, and everything, the GameCube is better. Anyway, yeah. So the Xbox, well over 500 games. Most of them have not been played. Most of them will never be played. Even the high-profile ones, because I've got a lot of the rarer, uncommon ones, and I've just not touched them. I don't think I ever will. So, yeah, this is where this has come from. Also with other systems as well. Obviously, a little while ago, just after I first started doing YouTube videos, I did want to get back into the PS1. And I was looking at doing a Lone Boys Post type thing, and just get the games I had when I was a kid for the PS1, which took me a while, but I finally got there. I had to skip out a couple because they're too expensive. Well, that was another system where I promised myself that I wasn't going to pick up garbage, and you know, your run-of-the-mill stuff which I'm never going to play. I mean, Tomb Raider is a great series. It's not one I've ever had any real interest in. But, you know, they're nice games to see if you're out in the wild. So I picked them up. Never going to get played. I also did sort of think about doing what a lot of people do. You know, you're out and about, you see an old sports game on the PS1 with a nice case for 50p, a pound, whatever. You pick it up for the case. And I was doing that. But those games were staying. They were staying in the collection. I wasn't changing the boxes out or anything. They were just piling up. So yeah, there's a lot of PlayStation 1 stuff. Same with the PS2. I only got a PS2 really because at the time I was really fed up with going game hunting in the wild. Because at the time I was collecting mainly for the Xbox. I was also looking at GameCube as well at that time. Just wasn't finding anything of any interest in the wild, but mountains and mountains of PS2 stuff. So I decided to get a PS2, and again with the Xbox, I wanted just a select amount of games, mainly 2D based games on the PS2, fighting games, shooters, a few others like that, which I managed to get most of now. But again, other games started creeping into the collection that I didn't want. It's like, I do have a pickup video which I was going to try and do at some point, which I might not now. But I was in a charity shop, there was quite a lot of PS2 stuff, all for £1 each. We had Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, Liberty City Stories, a few others for £1, all in really nice condition. They've all got their maps and manuals, and they all look really nice. So I picked them up. Why? I'm never going to play them. So this has got to stop. It is really nice when you're out and about. You're looking for stuff. You find things for, like I say, 50p, £1, £2, whatever, and just out of instinct, you pick it up, even if it's something you know you're not going to play. We all do it, you know. Most of us maybe have tried to get out of the habit, but it's still there. I mean, if you go out purposefully to try and find some games for the systems you collect for, and you're coming away empty-handed after each place you visit, sooner or later you're going to start picking up stuff you don't want just so you don't go home empty-handed at the end of the day. That's what it was like with me anyway. So yeah, that's all got to stop. Well, I've been going through all the systems recently, like I say, weeding out the stuff. Because even though I'm gonna have this massive clear out, I don't think it's going to be as drastic as Snestastic's. I know Pete's only keeping a certain amount of systems now, which is great. I would really like to do that. Unfortunately, I can't. I can't get rid of the PS1 or the Xbox because they're both great systems, and you know, there's games on each which, if I get rid of, I know sometime down the line I'm going to want back. So I'm just going to go through each one. Definitely need to go through the Xbox. I've been through the PS1 stuff so far. 200 odd games, and I've weaned it down to around about 70, I think. Maybe not even that many. Which I want to keep. All the PlayStation Plan games, and a couple of others. I'm going to be doing the same with the PS2 as well. I only want to keep all the, you know, the SNK NeoGeo games, King of Fighters, all the 2D shooters, things like that, which I want to keep. And I think that's going to be it. So I think my goal really with the PS1, PS2, Xbox is to get it looking like my GameCube collection. My GameCube collection, for me, I think is fantastic. There's only 40 odd games, but each and every single one of those games is quality. A couple may not be that great a game, but they're really nice games to have for a collection. You know, they're all first-party Nintendo games, or third-party exclusives. I don't have any cannon fodder on the GameCube, none whatsoever. So I really want to get the PS1, PS2, and the Xbox down to that level. You know, somewhere in the region of about 50-ish games, give or take, of ones which I want to keep, and the rest can go. I think the only system I'm going to get rid of 100% is going to be the Master System. And the Master System it's a great 8-bit machine. Lots of nice games. But you know, it all comes down to nostalgia. Whenever I put a game on the Master System, I don't really have any. I don't know what the word is. I'll be playing it, and I just won't have any kind of concentration on it. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain. But for example, if I'm playing Castle of Illusion on the Master System, I don't like it. I mean, it's a great game. Honestly, it's a great game. I'm not saying it's poo, but playing it on the Master System to me seems wrong. It almost seems alien, because my memories of that game are on the Megadrive, which is one of the best Megadrive games you can buy. Superb. Anyway, yeah, playing on the Master System to me is just wrong. It doesn't seem right. I feel guilty almost. Like I said, I can't really explain it all that well. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the games on the Master System do have versions on the Megadrive, and I've got quite a few, so I don't see the point in owning the 8-bit and the 16-bit version unless there's a drastic difference. But, you know, anyway, with the Master System, I just don't feel it. I really don't feel it. So that's going to go. I don't think I'll regret it either. I did pick up the Master System actually in summer 2011, the back end of summer 2011. It was the system which came with about 34 games, and I've since been picking up games, and I've got around 70, maybe 80. And honestly, the amount of games which have actually been in the system and had good use, good playtime, about 20. There's a lot which I got with the system which haven't even come out the box. Again, that's wrong. It shouldn't be like that. But again, it comes down to the playing on the Master System. It's because I don't have any nostalgia. I don't have any emotions, any feelings towards the system at all. It's like when I first got the NES back, because that's the one I had when I was a kid. Just pop in Double Dragon 2, Probotector, Batman, whatever. Just gives me a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling. I don't get that with a Master System. I mean, I can play a crappy Master System game for about 2 minutes, turn it off, and it's never going to get seen again. Again, it's not so good on the NES. I will come back to it. For some reason, I don't know why it feels right. If that makes any sense. I don't know. Oh. Yeah, so the Master System's the only system which is going to be dissolved 100% gone. The original Xbox is going to be cut drastically. At least 70% is going to go. About 50-60% of the PS2 stuff's going to go. About the same for the PS1. Thinking about getting rid of the Game Boy Advance as well. I'm not too sure yet. Probably will be getting rid of some Game Boy Color games. Again, that's another system I have no feelings for whatsoever. So maybe some of them will go. And my phone's going off. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that's that. I'm with Pete 100% on this. And it's starting to feel good as well. It does feel nice. So yeah, I think that's about it. I've probably not covered some stuff I wanted to talk about. But yeah, I just want to get it down to a select few systems. Because I just recently got the 2600, which I was a little bit unsure of at first because it was another new system coming into the collection. I was a little bit dubious about it. But so far, I think I've made the right decision with that. It's a great system. And I will continue to pick up games for it. So that's good. I'm feeling the 2600, even though I never had one as a kid. I'm feeling it on a lot of games. It's all right. So that's going to be a keeper, at least for the foreseeable future. I want to bulk out the NES collection as well. So I want to build up the NES games. I want to revisit the Megadrive as well. Just mop up some titles I want to pick up for that. Same with the Super Famicom. And obviously the Game Boy collection is gonna, keep growing because I love the Game Boy. Absolutely love the Game Boy. So that's going to be another one, and that's going to be it, I think. But if anybody out there is interested, in PS1, PS2, Master System, possibly Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, original Xbox games. Then drop me a PM, and we'll see what we can do. Because, like I said, there's a lot of the Xbox rarities are going to go. Possibly even my sealed Castlevania. But yeah, definitely stuff like Room Zoom, Shaolin Showdown, if that's how you pronounce it, Turtles 3, Largo Winch, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Reloaded thing, all that lot are going to go, basically. A lot of stuff in the PS1 as well, Team Buddies, going to go. So yeah, hope this video is alright. It's gone on a bit. I don't know if I've covered everything or even made a point. But yeah, 100% agree with Pete. And I hope all goes well for you, dude. And I'm looking forward to really seeing the difference once everything's gone. Because there's too much stuff. I don't have the room for all this. Most of it's in bags and boxes under my kids' beds, but it shouldn't be there. It's wrong. So they're all out the door. And yeah, right. I think I'm gonna end it. Just for watching, guys. And for Pete for watching. Bye.